Here you are. You have found my blog site. Welcome. Did you hear about the time capsule, or are you just checking out Parson Academy's new school calendar? Do you see what's in store for the 2012 London Olympic Games? There's also the 200th anniversary of America's national anthem. But even more than that, something I have recently discovered. Pay close attention, because this little nugget will be a real feather in your cap as 2012 approaches. If you like jewelry, and who doesn't, you're going to love this. Resting comfortably on display as the shining centerpiece of the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. sits the famous Hope Diamond. See its magnificent blue color? And it weighs in at 45 carats. Can you imagine holding that between your fingers? Wouldn't we all? Le Monde de l'Espère will also be celebrating its 200th birthday, or at least, let me say, its 200th year of public notoriety. Americans will be lining up around our nation's capital to celebrate both historic commemorations. And talk about irony. 200 years later, the Hope Diamond sits in the very spot where the British came to burn the U.S. Capitol. So, let me tell you about my revelation. It is my contention the Hope Diamond is the very reason for the start of the War of 1812. Yes, I know the War of 1812 wasn't exactly the sexiest of topics. Certainly not something I'd put up on my Facebook page. And believe me, I wasn't a history detective either. But if you discovered what I have, you'd be just as intrigued. I think the War of 1812 was a mere subterfuge. Smoke and mirrors. Just think about this relationship for a moment. We start with Britain's newest rocket weaponry on one hand, add the complete dismantling of France's Napoleonic Empire on the other, we mix in a special catalyst, and voila! You have the emergence of the most magnificent gem in the world. In light of such global turmoil, who would give a hoot about the newest addition to Britain's royal jewels? The Duke of Wellington forlornly reported the news of Britain's failed naval rocket attack on America's Fort McHenry. Insiders say the Prince Regent indifferently flaunted a perfectly cut 45-carat blue diamond in his private parlor at Buckingham Palace. Sacre bleu! You don't think that was still a mere coincidence, do you? I can tell you who I think was the mastermind behind it all. So, there's plenty more about the Hope Diamond. If you want a true taste of international intrigue and backroom political detente, then you are at the right place. Do you see the Hope Diamond button below? Click it open. Or, if you'd like to learn more about how my discoveries at Parson Academy came to be, you can click the link to the book trailer. You will also find the blog sites of my fellow students. I am sure they would love to tell you their stories in their own words. Wherever you go at Parson Academy, it will certainly be an adventure. That much is for sure.